Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and today I am pretty much excited because I woke up and Ethereum was actually soaring above my 600 mark, which is actually the start of our big box that we said, this is kind of the box where we're gonna be looking at for some profit targets now. And now let's just analyze it a little bit more closely, right? So, zooming into the box, we can start to see that Ethereum right now, even on lower time frames, it's doing nothing too much, right? So basically we are creating this structure. So seeing that on 1 hour, we can even scooch down to 15 minutes, and you can see that we are kind of holding these kind of areas. Now, as you see, when you go down to 15 minutes, you know immediately well that we have to be holding something like this for us to continue. I'm going to delete the big box. That we have to hold something like this for us to continue the upwards. Or if we start failing this, then we can start seeing some more shorts forming up on then higher time frames like 30 minutes or 1 hour. But this time around, I wouldn't be shorting Ethereum so fast, right? Because again, if you look at it, and Bitcoin, I have to mention it's soaring over 19k right now. Ethereum is still far behind Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is all the way up here if we examine the same kind of charts. And so what I'm thinking like this, that even if we get a small time frame, kind of a sense that it's going to be a short wise, right? That Ethereum is going to be, forming a little bit of a short wise. I still wouldn't exactly jump as fast as I would on Bitcoin right now, because I do expect that Ethereum, because of Bitcoin, would soar higher, and right now, as you have seen my box in before, I made this one, right? I'm going to make it again. Oops. Yep, I'm going to make it again, 600. Basically, what I'm gonna be waiting for this higher profit target right up there right now, right? But obviously there are some opportunities for us to refill our trades as well, which is obviously important right now. I mean, Ethereum is moving quite far, so let's see where would be some opportunities for us to fill the trades. Now, the area that we have been trading before, right, is still here. This one is still available, guys, and especially when this is gonna come down, right, because obviously Ethereum is gonna come down one way or another. This is gonna be a point of reaction, right? So obviously this area cannot be hit, can't be hit in a couple of months. I'm just putting it out there. If you guys put it on a chart and save it, it's gonna be really beneficial for you in the future, due to the fact that this one is gonna be hit once again in the future. But we can also then go on a 1 hour, a little bit on 1 hour, and find a little bit of this smaller type of areas, right? So one of them we already kind of found right here, but this is a really bullish one. And the thing is, if areas like this, when you're trading them on smaller time frames, you got kind of a less than 50% chances to win, right? And in this case, how this looks a little bit already extended, right? You could even have less than 50%. We are talking about 30% or under, So what you need to do is you basically have to go a little bit lower, right? You basically have to go a little bit lower, and sometimes even take levels that were sort of tested before, right? So if you look at closely right here, again zooming in a little bit more, you see this level and this structure was already tested, but this one wasn't, because as you can see, as the structure was formed, and even if this structure only has a couple of candles on 1 hour, it would probably look better in 15 minutes. You can see in 15 minutes it's way more defined, and as you can see, as it went up, it never got tested. So if we get a breakdown from this area on a smaller time frame, will probably be our next area to react on smaller time frame. Of course, it can ignore it on higher time frame because it's not visible there, but on smaller time frame, this is gonna be the area to react to. And if you are still late to the shorts, or if you already TP'd at 600 because you didn't wait for sideways, well, this would be my area where I would refill my $600 TP if it comes down here, obviously, right? And now you can see when we're playing with these small time frames, now you can see that our stop losses are absolutely beautiful, right? And this is why I like to do it a lot of the times. This is why I don't like to go into the trades on the first touch, right? So we create something, then it comes down, and now I'm going the trade on the first touch, because the stop loss will most likely be something like that, and it's gonna be 20 or 15% stop loss, or even more sometimes, right? I prefer to do trades like this when you actually have a structure already set, it's now incoming down, and you have, you know, a clear definition where to put your stop loss. In this case, we have a really clear definition of where to put our stop loss, and it's only 2.6%, right? And now, of course, the most important question comes, right? We have TP'd $600. We are refilling the trade right here. What do we do now? Well, we are actually TPing a $600 mark yet again, right? So the question to that is, I mean, this is how you would take your standard trade, right? If we forgot on the bull market and everything, we will definitely be TPing an area like this if we were just taking a trade. And you can see that this is still a good area for us if we filled it right down here, because it is 6% from our area, or 2.5R, right? Obviously, it would be the right thing to do to TP it right here, because you don't know if it's gonna continue. It did break down on the smaller time frame. It didn't do anything on higher time frames, but if this is the point where it can stop it and it can start turning around and Ethereum becomes bearish, well, this would have to be the area where you TP. But obviously, if you're like me, right, and you're giving up to a little bit of too much bullish FOMOs, right, or how we like to call those, right, you're going to be holding this trade all the way to up here, right, which is about $730 to $750, right, a little bit of a gap right here, right? And now go back to like a smaller time frame. Now grab this one and let's see. And yes, you can see the results are quite different. It is 29% or 11R, or if you target the top boxes, is 34% or 13R. So you can see then by doing this, we already overextended the trade by a lot. But if it's ever the time to do something like this, it's mostly now, when Ethereum is really still far behind Bitcoin and Bitcoin is still not giving up, right? And I'm not talking about Bitcoin not giving up on a grander scale, because it's not pumping like a lot. It's just moving slowly and sideways, right? Which is super good for our alts, super good for Ethereum, and super good for us, giving us time to win on this actual trade, right? So yeah, guys, show us some love, subscribe to our channel, right? Like the video, punch that notification button, right? And also join us on a free 4C community chat, where we discuss stuff like this daily. We post these videos, we do analysis. You guys are welcome to join, right? And also, you know, join us at live stream today. It's going to be running in about 6 hours, so you guys are welcome there as well. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.